The number one source of self-sabotage that is tripping most people up is their attachment to their current self-image, to their current identity, to the story they tell themselves. And that is why so many people are holding themselves back, tripping themselves, taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back, procrastinating, delaying, waiting, wavering, not committing, being all over the place, not achieving what they really want, because they're so identified, so attached to those beliefs, to those things they believe are true about themselves, about their potential, about their abilities, about the story they tell themselves, or why they can't, or why they don't, or why they shouldn't. And the moment you break those stories, you free yourself. And in this video, we're gonna look exactly at what you can do to make that shift, and we're gonna help you unleash yourself from that attachment. Let's go, guys. And I wanna start by giving you a little example about my own life and how this played out in my life. You see, for a long time, I used to struggle to gain weight. You heard that right, not lose weight, but gain weight. Uncommon challenge, I know most people is the other way around, but I'm 1.96 m, which is pretty tall, right? And I always used to plateau around 82, 83, 84 kilograms. And I always wanted to, get stronger, build more muscle mass, like healthier weight, just become bigger in terms of size. Because I always felt like, okay, I'm healthy, but I want to grow bigger. And so I joined the gym, I started working out for years, right? Ever since I'm very young, I've always been sporty and doing activities. And so I started to, lift weight, train, take protein supplement, and do all these kind of things. But I didn't gain weight. I was always at 82, 83, even though like my muscle were bigger. Okay, I was feeling stronger, I was able to lift more and so on, but I was still at that plateau, not gaining weight. And I couldn't figure out it. But when I started to listen to my mental dialogue, when I was starting to listen to what other people was telling me and what I was telling other people, it started to make sense of why I was just being there at that level. People were telling me, maybe you're a hard gainer, maybe it's your body type, maybe you just need to work out more and lift heavier. And I was telling people that way before I started working out. Listen very carefully. I used to tell people that I can eat anything I want and I would never gain weight. And this was one of my favorite things, is that even, I could eat all kind of chocolate, all kind of meal, I can eat big things, and I would basically never put weight on. And it was pretty amazing. I had this very fast metabolism, and people were impressed by my ability to eat and never gain weight, and other people were always complaining, oh my God, I'm gonna get fat when I eat this and that. So I had this gift, so to speak, that most people want, to be able to eat as much as they want and not gain weight. And on one level, that was really good. But on the other level, that kind of strong belief was also affecting me. Because what it means is that I will never gain weight, no matter what I do. And the moment I started to break that, never say that again, and start to tell myself that I can eat what I want, but I also put on easily healthy weight, healthy muscle, and I have a fit, athletic, strong body. And I started telling myself that. I started seeing myself in my mind, looking in the mirror, feeling stronger, being on a scale, seeing 90 kilograms, because that was my goal of reaching 90 kilograms of, strong and being healthy. And I started doing that over and over and over again with repetition, as I talked about it, and using imagination. And it started to happen. Over a couple of weeks and a couple of months after that, I started to notice that my gains were bigger. That on the scale, I was going higher and higher and higher. Eventually, I reached the 90 kilogram goal. I even went to 91, and I felt really, really good. And that's how I changed my story, and I changed my result. And you see, I didn't change my result and then I changed my story. Because for so long, my story was determining my result. And the moment I started to disidentify with the old self I created, with the old belief that was working for me, but no longer aligned with what I really want, and kind of upgrade that belief system, that identity that I created, and tell myself, start to see myself in a fit, strong, athletic, healthy person, it started to change for me. So this example, I think, illustrates perfectly how we can sabotage our results. Even though when we are committed, even though we have the best intention, even though we want something very bad, if subconsciously we keep on relating to ourselves in the opposite way, it's going to conflict, it's going to clash, and 99% of the time your subconscious mind is going to win, because consciously you're going to start sabotaging your efforts. And people then get, they start to procrastinate, they give up, they wait, they delay, they don't have the confidence, they wait to be ready, they wait for something, they start to make excuses to rationalize why they're not getting what they want. And the more they make those excuses, the more they buy in their limitation, the more they buy in the excuses they made to justify their present situation. And unknowingly, what happens is that they perpetuate the situation and they end up more frustrated because they keep on affirming that they don't have it, and they keep telling themselves the reason why it's not working for them or why they can't do it. And all of that happens so fast, and a lot of us are so unaware. And I want to ask you this: where are you right now versus the life you want to create, the life you want to have, the goals you want to achieve? And if there is a big gap here between both, and if you cannot see how you're going to bridge the gap, or if you've been trying and it's not been working, look at your self-image. Ask yourself, why is it that I don't have what I want in my life? And truly, honestly, let the answer come up. Write them down. And all those excuses, all those stories will come up. I don't have the time, it's this, it's the money, it's the inflation, it's the economy, it's that. All of those reflect to you your current state of mind, your current self-image. And as long as you are attached to those beliefs, to that anchor, it's keeping you exactly where you are. So it's almost like fishing. You gotta be able to put your anchor someplace else and fish in a place where it's more prosperous toward what you want. So I strongly invite you to check my video on how to change your self-image, because I go exactly into a powerful tool on what you can do to change your self-image. And so I don't want to spend another 10 minutes talking about the same thing again. So I strongly encourage you to go watch that video, guys. I'm going to link it here or down somewhere. But it's all about your state of mind. It's all about the attachment that you have to certain belief, to certain identity construct that you've created that are holding you back. And I suggest you really go within and you look and you take an honest, retrospective look at your life, at your stories, at your beliefs, and at how you truly see yourself. And when you make that change, and you start to see yourself in a new way, and you start to affirm yourself in a new way, and you do it with repetition, things will start to fall into place with you. And you'll no longer procrastinate, and it will flow naturally from the state of consciousness that just brings it about. And that is where the sweet magic happens in life. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know what you think in a comment. As always, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Be well.